Another good concept of Mr. Wang Chuanfu is that the most valuable assets of BYD is not how much profit we can earn, and also how much assets we have. Actually, it's a great workforce of 220,000 staff all around the world, and also an R&D engineer team of 20,000 plus. And every year, BYD will invest at least 5% of its revenue into new R&D. So now this displays the R&D institutes of BYD. The first one is the Central Research Institute, covers from the basic theory design and the raw material. Next is the auto engineering. It carries from the design, product manufacturing, and final testing for all the cars, including sedans, SUVs, and MPVs. The third one, we call it Electric Power Research Institute, in short for EPRI, and carries out our whole new energy industries, including the battery energy storage stations, microgrid, solar power, charging equipment, as well as the microgrid. Two specialized institutes for products. One is for trucks, the other one is for buses. For trucks, we can make all the truck series from the light trucks for commercial logistics to the heavy trucks for mining and construction. And for buses, we can do the buses, including city bus and coaches, so covering from the 6 meters to 80 meters. And also, we have a strategy called vertical integration that, for example, on one bus, there are just two components that BYD cannot manufacture. The first one is glass. The second one is tire. For all the other parts, from the powertrain, battery, chassis, body, internal finishings, BYD can do. So that's the way. First one, to save cost. The second one, to control the quality. The other two research institutes, one for the auto product planning, the other one for the vehicle, for the auto intelligence. Actually, to BYD, to make cars electrified is just a phase one. We still have phase two, how to make cars smart. So let's quote handphones as example. Many years ago, when people they still use the feature phones to make phone calls and SMS every day, so it's entirely different from today. Today we can see that we are using smartphones that making phone calls, the function just take around 1% every day. But most of the time, people are playing with the phones. But in handphones, they just have 10 plus sensors, like light, gravity, thumbprint. But these several sensors can create millions of handphone apps every year. And also we can see that the phones of Nokia, many years ago Nokia is the king of IT industry, and the quality is very good and also good QC system. But after the second generation of Apple hits on the market, within 5 years Nokia was beaten. The reason for Nokia is that they choose the wrong strategy, not to open. And also, if we see the cars, BYD new energy cars, it has the sensors of over 341. So, Mr. Chairman, the Chairman of BYD, Mr. Wang Chuanfu, has announced that BYD will be the first one in the whole world to open up all the protocols of the sensors to the developers. So we can imagine that in the future, a car will be a supercomputer and also a super smartphone. So we can imagine that actually the application scale is not only millions. For example, you are going to do some interview. In the future, you don't need to go yourself. You can just assign your car to go and to record. And also the car technology can integrate with the future 5G technology communication. So that is entirely different. And previously, humans need to understand the cars, but in the future, cars will understand humans. So that's entirely different. And it can create a lot of people who are not willing to go home every day to play with the car. And now a lot of systems functions like the voice control have been equipped on the cars already. So we believe that once the regulations of every country and cities are ready, there will be actually autonomous vehicle is just one of the applications. Okay, this way. Actually, for this booth is the first product of BYD, the batteries. We started from the blue ones, it's the nickel rechargeable batteries. to use the electric tools. And after that, we have the lithium batteries to use the handphones and also laptops. You can see that, you can see various logos except BYD. And actually, every 10 pieces of handphone batteries, they will be made by BYD. After that, we have the larger batteries, like the lithium iron phosphate and NCM batteries to use the electric vehicles. Okay, this way please. This unit is the IGBT. It's a microelectronics. Actually, it's a very critical part, which is to control the entire voltage and current and the electric car. So if the quality is not good enough, it's very easy to be destroyed by the battery voltage. Actually, BYD is only one in China who can make the IGBT, this kind of unit itself. The factory is in the Ningbo city of China. Now there are a lot of vehicle players, especially the EV manufacturers. They can produce the electric cars, but not too much of them have their own key technologies. Okay, this way. This booth is the surfing technologies of BYD and different brands of handphones. Previously, we started from the batteries, but after that, we received more and more requests from customers, from the mechanical parts to keyboard, and finally to entire phones. After our products have passed their testings, they just put on the logo. That's all. Okay, this way. Actually, we can see more. Here's the product displays we have done. I'm part of them. Like the laptops, laser, and also handphones, Lenovo, Huawei, Xiaomi. And actually, Huawei is very interesting. It's the customers, suppliers, and also the partner of BYD. Because for the headphones, the IT components, Huawei is our customer. But actually, for the autonomous driving system on a monorail train, the system is jointly developed by BYD and Huawei. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after we finish the IT electronics, here's the areas of the solar panels. Actually, this pose is the case display. We use the solar farms in South Africa, Australia, UK, and also some places in China as well. This is for Brazil, for US. And actually, for solar power, BYD had itself the silicon mining. The silicon mining is in Shanghai City in China. So in the solar panel industry, we control from the silicon mining, the raw material, to the final product. We control every circle. I still remember a story that many years ago, should be 10 years ago, we attend into a tender on the solar panel of Japan, Hokkaido. And in the final Q&A session, just 3 companies entered the session. One is BYD, one from Japan, one from Korea. So we were told that BYD was chosen finally. But they told us that for price, BYD is not the lowest. For quality, BYD is not the best. But why they choose BYD? Because they believe that a solar system is to be used for 20 years or even more. They believe that after 20 years, only BYD can still exist. And also, if you talk to a solar panel, the average efficiency of the solar panels is just around 17%. But for BYD, we can make around 18.8. Another topic is that after we have the new energy power generation, let's say for the solar power, wind power, we need to have effective storage. But if we refer to the fire power stations or for the hydraulic, let's say the water power plant, the efficiency is only 70% plus. But for BYD, we use our batteries for power storage. Actually, the efficiency can be more than 90%. So we can use the standard container size, I say the standard containers of 20 feet or 40 feet to home to have the batteries to keep. So the good application is that in the daytime, when a power grid is on the peak hours, so we can discharge the batteries, to supply the electricity to the grid. And also the price is very high. So for example, in China, the electricity unit price, let's say in the daytime, is around 1.2 RMB yuan per kilowatt hour. But in the nighttime, the price is only 29 cents RMB yuan. So in the daytime, when office or everybody is using, we supply or we sell the electricity to the grid. But in the nighttime, when there is more electricity, we have surplus, so we buy electricity from the grid to charge into the batteries in a very low price. Yeah, so the first one, we have the economic profit, and also to make the power more stable. And also there's a question that many governments, they ask us that, okay, now BYD is doing electric car, but how about we charge 1,000 electric cars at the same time? How about the power grid? But if we have this energy storage system, there'll be no worries. And also, for example, if we need to generate the electricity for around 1 kilowatt hour, so through different channels of transaction, the power we receive is only around 0.4 kilowatt hour. So actually, there will be transmission loss. That's the reason that the power generator, the power company, they need to prepare more. Let's say in the daytime, they need to have around 120% to 150%. We need to have some buffer for power generation. But if the one they finish in the daytime, the power generation hasn't been fully used, the surplus will be wasted. That's the reason why we need to have this storage to make it all the electricity optimized. So here's the demo structure of our container site ESS system. We use the standard 40-feet container and put everything as the battery packs, PCS power conversion system, inverters, aircon, and also back firing system, everything. So some small containers can even be removable. That means if we need to support some big events, we can use the trucks, the trailers, to carry the system to support. So that's why in some countries and areas like the US, UK, Australia, we have big ESS farms. Besides these big applications, we also have a small module for household. For this one, we call it mini ES. Every module around 12 kilowatt hour. As well as these small applications, the battery box, we can add and customize different battery modules to connect in parallel and covered with a BMS. So if some countries, regions, they have the need to support a village, household, we can use that. And also here we just have a glance. BYD still have the LED lighting industry. Actually, all the lightings, we used our meeting rooms and also we used our cars. And when the bus is driving, the main road is called BYD Road. You can see a lot of street lamps. So also the lighting systems is from BYD. So here even myself, I'm starting getting confused. Is BYD really a car company? I'm not quite sure. But our